In November 2017, Zimbabwean President Robert Mugabe, who had been in power for nearly 4 decades, appeared in public for a speech that would be his last as president. During the address, Mugabe, who was 93 at the time, suddenly stumbled and appeared visibly unsteady. His speech was slow, and he was not able to finish it due to his frail health. Embarrassment. Mugabe's health and leadership had been subjects of criticism for years. The incident highlighted his failing health and inability to lead effectively, especially in the face of a growing political crisis in Zimbabwe. It marked the beginning of his downfall, with military intervention and his resignation just days later. In 2017, Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari left Nigeria for medical treatment in the United Kingdom. His absence lasted for over 100 days, causing widespread speculation about his health. During this period, a series of public appearances by Nigerian politicians and the public demanding his return added to the growing tension. Embarrassment. While on medical leave, there were whispers and criticisms regarding his ability to continue to govern, with many questioning the transparency of his health condition. This situation became an embarrassment, not only because of his prolonged absence, but also due to the ensuing political drama and speculation about his future. South African President Jacob Zuma faced a major scandal involving the Gupta family, who were accused of influencing state affairs, including the hiring of ministers and lucrative government contracts. In 2016, Zuma's relationship with the Guptas led to public protests and widespread criticism. Embarrassment. In addition to the accusations of corruption, the scandal led to a significant loss of political credibility. The #ZumaMustFall protests and an official inquiry into state capture caused widespread embarrassment to Zuma, who was ultimately forced to resign in 2018, unable to recover from the scandal. After losing the presidential election in November 2010 to Alassane Ouattara, President Laurent Gbagbo refused to step down and remained in power, claiming the election was rigged. This led to a violent conflict between forces loyal to Gbagbo and Ouattara. Embarrassment. Gbagbo's refusal to concede defeat, despite international recognition of Ouattara's victory, caused major embarrassment on the world stage. It led to a bloody civil war, and eventually, Gbagbo was arrested by forces loyal to Ouattara. Gbagbo's dramatic fall from power was a major international embarrassment for him and his regime. During the 2021 general election campaign, Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni, who had been in power since 1986, faced a major public relations crisis when his government used excessive force to suppress opposition rallies. Most notably, Museveni's security forces used tear gas on opposition leader Bobi Wine during a campaign event, leading to violent clashes. Embarrassment. The brutal crackdown on opposition protests and the subsequent international condemnation embarrassed Museveni, especially as the country received widespread criticism for its human rights violations. The incident damaged his international reputation, further highlighting the authoritarian nature of his rule. Ugandan President Idi Amin expelled over 60,000 Asians, mostly of Indian and Pakistani descent, from Uganda in 1972, accusing them of economic exploitation. Many of the expelled individuals were wealthy business owners, and their departure severely impacted Uganda's economy. Embarrassment. This action not only led to economic collapse and sanctions from the international community, but also left Amin's government isolated. His foreign policy blunders and erratic decisions ultimately made him an embarrassment on the world stage. He was overthrown in 1979 after a failed military invasion of Tanzania. In 2009, the International Criminal Court, ICC, issued an arrest warrant for Sudanese President Omar al-Bashir on charges of war crimes, crimes against humanity, and genocide related to the Darfur conflict. Embarrassment. Bashir's defiance in the face of international law and his continued tenure despite the arrest warrant was an embarrassment for Sudan. The situation further isolated Sudan on the global stage, as many countries, including African Union members, faced pressure to either arrest or distance themselves from Bashir.